Recently, I've really been enjoying my time alone. Every week, I go to the grocery store and I grab a couple bouquets of flowers and I spend some time just preparing them, making them look nice and arranged. And I'll put on my favorite song or a playlist that I made on Spotify and just kind of use this time to let any thoughts in my head just flow through. Just think about the week before, the week ahead, and just be very intentional. It's almost like therapy for me. Not only do I like having a beautiful home and love that these small touches are what make a home cozy and give it some sort of vibrancy, it's also, like I said, very therapeutic. Just being able to take this time for myself alone, going to the grocery store, maybe getting a coffee, and standing there and picking out beautiful flowers for myself and for my home is something I really cherish. You know, oftentimes people talk about wanting someone to buy them flowers or how flowers are such a nice gesture, which they are, but sometimes it's better to just do things for yourself. It doesn't always have to be somebody doing it for us. If it's something that brings us joy, why not give that to ourselves? Take yourself on a date, buy yourself some flowers, go to that restaurant you've been wanting to try for months, even if it means going alone. Now, I'm somebody who loves the company of other people, don't get me wrong. But like I said, lately I've just been enjoying things on my own. And this is something that I've developed probably over the last year. I've realized that when I spend more time alone, that's when inspiration flows through me. I never really considered myself a creative until I became the age that I am now. Looking back, I've always been very creative. I was very into fashion design in school and was constantly making dresses and clothes, always writing funny little stories, but I think I lost a part of that when I grew up and went to college, just in the normal hustle and bustle of life and growing up and coming of age. And I've kind of circled on back to that recently. As you guys know, I'm working on a novel. It's fiction, but it's reminded me of how creative I can be and how that's actually what I would consider one of my gifts. So taking these moments alone or having these rituals by myself really helped me to find inspiration for things and to help process some of those ideas, but also just to process my feelings of everyday life too, which I think is really important. I've quite honestly too realized that a part of the reason I love doing things by myself is because I don't have some expectation of how it's supposed to go or what it's going to be. When another person is involved, you're thinking that way, like, how are they going to like this, or how are they going to feel about this, or what's their mood going to be like today? And it's kind of nice just being on my own and just kind of worrying about me. Obviously, I'm married and I love doing things with my husband. He's probably my favorite person to do anything with. That's why I married him, of course. And I'm not going to lie, a part of me was actually worried that when I moved, I wouldn't make any new friends. But just like the universe surprised me with how quickly everything had fallen into place these last few months with a new job and a new apartment and all these fun new adventures that came along with it, it's also surprised me with new friends. It's always hard starting a new job and being the new girl. I've always been kind of shy. I'm very expressive and outspoken, but not until you get to know me, quite honestly. And I've had such negative work experiences in the past, not gelling well with a team, and just feeling like because of that I need to isolate myself. But I've been very blessed to connect with everyone at this new job, and more importantly, I've made a few really deep connections. And for me, that's everything. It's so beautiful when you meet someone and you automatically know that they were put into your life for a specific purpose, that there's a light in them that shines on a light in you. And to take it even further, when you start to get to know somebody new and you actually realize that you're both going to be an integral part of each other's healing. I think that's extremely beautiful and something rare in this lifetime. It's really hard to make new friends. What is that saying? You can't make old friends. Like the friends that we have that we've known for so long, we've been through so much together and they've withstood the test of time, and it's hard to have that connection with many people in your life. And so when you do meet somebody new and you know that you're going to have a similar experience with them that you've had with your lifelong friends, it's really special and not to be taken for granted. So even though these last few months I've really enjoyed my time alone, and I still will on occasion, it's really nice to know that making new friends and fitting in my workplace and getting along with everyone has also led to beautiful friendships that make me want to not do everything alone, to share more time, to want to share more moments, even if that's just going for a coffee. Who knows, inviting that special friend might mean that you have coffee and a deep conversation that leads you to some sort of epiphany. Their unique perspective could awaken some unique perspective in you, or vice versa. I'm somebody that when I get to know you, I want to know every part of you, and I want to dive headfirst into where you came from, what's going on with you now, what are your dreams, what are your hopes, what are your aspirations. So I'm very particular with who I do spend this time with. If I'm not alone and I'm spending time with you, just know it's because I love you. I truly, truly love you. It's sacred to me. It's not a way to just pass the time. It's not anything superficial. It's not something that is a codependent need. It's a desire. It's a desire to love and know and understand on a deeper level. It's even more rare to make these connections with someone who is interested in giving the same energy back to you. I think friendships can be very complex, and like I said, when you have a deep connection with a lifelong friend, you grow, maybe sometimes apart in some ways, or the relationship stays where it was and it doesn't ever really grow deeper. And sometimes the energy exchange can become a little imbalanced. And that doesn't mean over communicating your feelings about that or cutting somebody off. It just means you recognize how the energy is flowing and you flow with it. You don't force anything. You don't create resistance by grasping and desperately needing that energy returned to you. You'd make an observation and you meet them where they are. I guess what I'm really trying to say is, as complex as relationships can be, I don't take any of the ones I have in my life for granted.